Right, guys. I'm gonna tell you. If I probably will try uploading my original um, piece because we've moved to 2002, and today I went on the Royal Mint website and I got an image, but you can't really determine from their image what's what. But the link that I was given takes you to something else. Now, from that, because it's got me going, um, because let me just, I can't see what I'm trying to look at is to see if that has a nipple, because I've been saying it could be possible there and that it could be possible, but then look at these. Um, because they've been hit with edge, from knocking in circulation. I mean, you can't tell on that one. Um, it's it's dodgy. In actual fact, this is a planchet I've just seen. It's just not reached. It's a dip, that's for sure. It's not a rise. It's a dip. Um, the beading. So what I'm going to do is go. There's only four of these, so it'll be sort of a short video. And then I'm going to upload these things that I've seen because it got me really excited, and I still believe it is what I was excited about. That the widening, the widening and thinning of this is true. It's not an illusion. It's true because I've seen it, and I've just come off of a site on eBay because I went on there to look for uh, um, proof £2 sets, and there's not really a clear picture. I did find a set for 2010, and it showed exactly what I've been looking at anyway on other people's pictures. So with this in mind, you can see there that even if that was correct, the beading would be on top of these images, which you can see that it's not, because as they get thicker, I should say, let's get it right round to a spot. Yeah, there you go. So if you was to take that as the image on an inner on an inner on a inner beaded on the I can't put. Do you know? I'm just so excited, really. Um, if that was to be on the inner coin, all that should be shifted. Um, I know that's not explaining that very well. It's in actual fact, even though I'm trying to think of what I want to say, I mean, look at that. Look how bad that is. It's really, really very, 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 very close to a planchet. It hasn't risen up. So that tells you it's a dip. Because if it wasn't a dip, that would be up here next to the beading. I'm sure. I couldn't be 100% sure. And unless it does it, if it does it, no, it doesn't. So you need actually to see when that is in on the inner coin. Hang on, let's go around. It must be a point where. No, see, it's all cockeyed. When that beading goes into the inner coin, you can see it overrides that. So if that's the case, it's very close, isn't it? If you see what I mean. Well, if that's the case, that would be up on here, on the outer coin. These things. But it doesn't, and it shows actually all the way round. No, it's not giving. You need a coin in front of you to determine whether this is right or not, whether I'm right or not. So let's go back. £2 beading off. That's correct. That's correct. That's in line. That's elongated. This is going to be actually quite a way to tell whether you've got a fake coin, because these really in effect should be all the same thickness, but that's had a knock. But look there, that's very thin, and when it should be actually like that. Or like that. They should be the same. That one's off a bit, and that is pretty bad. And if we look at this beading, they should all be sort of similar to that, but they're not. They're all joined together. Oh, look at this. Look how wide this is. Or there, even that's better, because that's looks like it's been hit. Look how wide that is compared to as we go round, and how thin that gets. So it does apply to all coins, and the only difference being that this has no reason to do it. When I show you the 5p's, I will tell you what's what. It's also on the 10p's as well. Why this happens. It's no good me explaining it. You've got to see it. And I will be doing that, because to be in truth, how disgraceful this really is. This whole thing, this whole scenario about fake coins, it's just codswallop. It really is codswallop. See, and that's bad. That strike across, and then look where that's either been knocked or a pile strike, because you see it goes to there, and while it is in line, it's been knocked. If you see, it sort of goes in at an angle and then goes across straight. That shouldn't be like that. But then you look at this 2 and the score marks, it could well be. There's an elongated. There's your elongated. And look how far that goes. But at least it's straight with the end bit, the end circle. Like I say, BR's okay. I think it's Brian Rashid. Can't remember exactly. With your beading coming onto the inner disc. This doesn't move, but it might be just the light. Hang on, let me try and change the light. No, you see, because here you've got depth, okay, and in here it changes. Now that has got to be something to do with this, because as this is changing from the outer to the inner, so this changes. There's as if there's depth there. Do you see what I mean? It looks like that is like on top. If you had the background there of that, that's exactly how that would be. But here, it's not. It looks as if it's all just part of the coin. So as we come round, now that's showing depth there. That's what I mean. That's showing depth. It's hard to describe. It could be just the light, but the BR's okay. I was hoping to show you that this would be closer to the edge, to this inner. You really would need a tool that could measure from there to there and see what is happening, really what is happening, because there's a shadow there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you need to see a proof coin in front of your eyes, because until such time as that happens, you're not going to know. So now it's disappearing onto there, and there's sort of no real change. It's really hard, but it's abysmal. It is just abysmal. And these screws don't look good on this. There they do. Down here they do, but not up here. Let me get my hourglass. Oh. No, you've definitely got to look at them magnified because you just can't make them out. But I'm going to say that has got screws, although that one's missing the other half, unless that's supposed to be it. But no, that's not right. That's missing. So this could be a fake because that's pretty awful. Yeah, that is a dip. That's dipped because there is your beading there. So if that's come away from there, that's got to be dipped. It's got to be moved away from the beading of the outside. So this is a dip. And the other side should be arisen. But that looks like a dip, doesn't it? It won't let me do it, will it? Let's try and... So I'm going to need a bit more light. No. You've got to have the coin in front of you. Although saying that, let me just get that round a bit. I wish you could do this without getting your fingers and thumbs in the way. See, that tells you it's a dip. And you can just make sure looking across the face of this coin. It's pretty... Okay. So my thumb's there. Where's this? Where's the coin? Alright, here we go. So... oh no, because I've got to put rubber on those. I've bought a new magnify holder, but the crocodile clips are sharp, so you wouldn't want to put those. They need to be rubbered up so that you don't score the coin. I'm gonna hang fire because I know I've got... It's a shame because I'm gonna have to do this all over again, and I can't keep all this money floating around. It's a bit oh, come on. So yeah, they do look okay, screws. It just depends. I'm just about to say, yeah, it's okay, but then you got that and that, which are not right, because these are. So that would indicate to me, I must admit, look at that, how close that gets to the two, that elongated. Right. So these are what I've been saying have not got nipples, but that's hard to tell because you can see there's actually a line going right through there where the nipple will be. I'm going to try and now take, because you need And let's see, and as we reduce the light, the nipples come into view. But that's only... That's way out of focus. Let me try and... That's better. So that's properly in focus there then, because you can see all the nipples, all bar that one. Yet the proofs that I've seen, this has got one. Whether you would like to call that a fake or not, I don't know. With a proof, these are crude. They should actually be pretty good. But I think you need to see a proof set just to see how different these are, and then to give you an idea of what scores and knocks of a coin can change the view. Now let's go to this hologram security feature. I can really take it down and you can see no, I'm going to be better off with showing a bit more light, I think. Now let's see. Okay, no. So taking off light doesn't help. But you can see what I've been saying. Although this one's not the best of quality, I've got to say. But if you remember the picture of the inner circle, these stand out flat quite clearly. These don't. Even if you just look at that with the eyeglass, which I'm going to do. No, they are there, but the coin is so dirty. This is simply because the coin is so dirty. But then that could be an excuse. I'll tell you what, that on screen shows you it there. But the rest of them, oh, there's another one that comes into view. But see, that's intermittent. Well, saying that, so is that one. That's intermittent. But they are there. It's simply just that the coin's in such a poor state. But then you could be saying that that's an excuse. Because those nipples don't come in to view until you turn the light down. And that one is just about there, but it's been knocked. So you can't tell. And to take it right down to see this one, if it was there, this is the sort of light. Oh yeah, there you go, look. There they are. But you couldn't tell that from looking at it with the naked eye. Until I can get a proof coin in front of my face, which I will endeavour to do. Trouble is I can't go in my attic because of my back. But I've got some under the stairs, I believe. I'm going to have to hunt them out. So you'll have to. All I can say is just keep your eyes posted. At some point, after doing all these £2 coins, I will try and dig out proofs, and then that will show you what really is the question. Because as it stands at the moment, it's all sort of hearsay, because I haven't got a proof coin in front of me, which should be, it should show the coin in its pristine condition state. Before, it's not entered circulation. So all this will be truly defined, because you see, it is sort of like a visual thing, because up here it looks like that's all risen until it comes to there. So I mean, it changes from there to this. See, you've got a distinct edge there, and then it disappears. I mean, the edge completely disappears. Do you see? Does it make sense to you? You've got a thick width of a. It's a bit like the edge of this. It's the same sort of principle. You can tell there's a ridge there, and the Aldi's joined to that ridge, but then it goes. There is no ridge there. Yeah, it still does the same thing. I think that's about the only way I can describe it. There is a ridge, there isn't a ridge. You see? That's the best way I can say it. There is a ridge there, there isn't a ridge here. Is this all part to do with this outer inner coin? Is that what's happening? And the only way you can really tell that is, like I say, by having a proper coin in front of you. See, look, the only ridge you've got here is like that. I mean, it's the only ridge you've got. This, you've got the whole thing there, and you haven't got it here. Very interesting. I've never thought of this before, but that's a good. Yeah, see, and I've got that at the right light now, so you can see the 4 scrolls, individual scrolls, and looking at the proof photo, you can see that where it's. Let's have a go at it. I'm just trying to pick the best one, and I think it's there. The 4 separate scrolls, so there's 2 separate scrolls, are joined like that, which make it 8 individual scrolls. Does that make sense? But you couldn't tell from what I'm saying that is true. But it's all very crude. The BR's okay. Let's move on, because I'll just keep going on over the same things. So that's that. Now look at the Queen's head. I'm looking at the edge. It's been battered pretty, so you can't tell whether it's double edged for sure. And I can't tell so far a widening and a thinning of the edge. So far that looks to be one continuous sized edge. So now we go to the wording and the beading. So far the beading is perfectly correct. And at some point oh, there it goes. I was just about to say that's pretty big, pretty perfect. And there it goes. So all this is codswallop. All this about this is codswallop. Because I've yet to see one that's 100% in line. So therefore they must be saying all these are fakes. Yet the picture on the site you can't tell. I think the Royal Mint shot themselves in the foot. I really do. It baffles my mind. Really does after seeing that picture. And like I said, really the only way. And there's something else I want to tell you now. I'll show you. The IRB there doesn't look right, does it? But if we just turn that slightly. Oh, now how did I have that? I had that just a minute ago because I was going to point it out to you a minute ago. See that? Now, is that because there's no light? Let me get my hand out of the way. Let me. Do you know, I had that perfect. And I know it was this angle. Nope. I had that so that you could actually, because I was going to mention it, and now it's not. I can't get it up. I cannot get it up to show you what I saw. And really, basically, what I'm trying to tell you or show you was the two separate. Like the R's got the little indent there. That B was, and I can't get it back. Let's see if it was the other way round. No. So it wasn't one. I don't know. I don't really know what's happened there. But I would imagine that top's been banged. Been knocked. Not so sure. I think I'm trying to convince myself now. But the hair's okay, the eye's okay. Blah de blah de blah. So let's move on to the inscription. Let's get a bit better light. Won't do too bright. That seems about right. Got to go to standing. I think that must have been standing when I had it. It was. Silly Billy. Right. Now, this does not look right. The S goes round, comes off. But I think the only reason it makes it look like that's curves right up. I actually think that's a knock. Oh, what's that? That's a bit of dirt. I was going to say that looked odd. Pour in. Look at that. Look at that. Pour in. At least the D looks like a D. I was just trying to work it. Yeah, so this is off center. It's up. So I mean, there's quite a big gap there, and it's only a small gap there. So it's not. It's off center. The G, it's trying, but it's not. It's a much better end. Oh, diabolical T. Oh, that's a good one to put on eBay. I will be putting this on eBay. I'm going to start taking them out. The ones I want to put on eBay, I'm going to start taking out. That is atrocious. There is no way you can even get anything out of that. Yeah, I'm going to start taking these out so that I can start spending some of these. Be interesting to see what the cross is like. That O is pretty bashed. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. That F. Yeah, it's dirt. Yeah, it's dirt. That's just a normal earbud. No liquid on it or anything. Look at that G though. That G there's a perfect, lovely G, isn't it? Compared to that last one we just saw. Oh, the end's off. Yeah, this could well be a fake. This could be my first fake because there's too much going on. The indentation of the A. I'm just gonna. It could be dirt. And it doesn't look like it. So there's a lot going on with this coin. And let's have a look at the cross. The cross is perfect. I don't get that. Let me take the light off to see if we can see that. I gotta find reason. No, I'm looking for that line that I tell you about. Although it seems like the line is further down, but I'm not taking that. I'll just take that as a pour. It's been scuff marks. Yeah, that cross is okay. Yeah. But oh, that is really diabolical though. Yes, so that one's going to be going on eBay. Right, let's. Oh no, right? Yeah, well, that I'm going to put over there because I want that out. And here we go. Where's the £2? Keep to standards. So there you have quite a thick rim with slight double edge, and that's staying thick. It should start going thin, and I think this is it there. But yeah, there. Let's look at these drumsticks. So that's elongated, as you all know by now. Screws all look okay. Within reason. Oh, I know I'm going way off. I'm jumping the gun. Look at that. Right, anyway, back up. So we're looking at this. The screws are okay. The coin does exactly what it does in every other coin that I've seen. Moves from one side to the other, which gives the illusion sometimes that even this, from there to there, looks wider and thinner. It is an illusion because obviously the beading's gone up when it should be all in the centre. At least that is how I perceive it, and without seeing a proof coin, I can't actually state that as true. There's a lot. So there's that elongated again, but look how close it gets to that too. Yeah. So there's the £2. So let's go to this BR. Looks like we're going to need a bit of light. Yeah, again, I think that's just poor. Doesn't make any difference. I think that's just pretty poor. But in saying that, it could be an indication of a fake. And looking these cogs and so forth, look at that. That is absolutely diabolical. That is what I would call a blob. And here, look, it's here as well. But look at this. Let me just take it. No, you couldn't define that as a nipple. Again, it's all bashed about. And look, there's another blob there. This is another coin I should be putting on eBay. This is what I look for in misstrikes. It's in actual fact, this is all pretty crude all the way round. And look at this. Do you see what I mean about the inner having an edge, and all of a sudden there's not, and it's all this lumpiness. I know I keep going over things. There's the 4 coils. You need to have to. I think that's about the best you're going to get from this. There you go. There, 1, 2, 3, 4. The inner disc. Whether you would be able to make the 8 show as in that picture, no. I don't think you'll make that out. Whether you put light on or whether you angled it or whatever you want to do with it. And that's the whole point of my doing these videos. That's totally worthless. Totally worthless until such time as you can clearly see the lines. That is not going to be an indicator of whether it's a fake or not. No way. No way at all. But as I have said in the past, if you get the 4, and if you can clearly see them without magnification, the 4, then that's a good coin, as you would expect it to be. Queen's Head this time. IRB's wiped out. Look at that B. It's wiped out. Now look at this. Now look at this. The beading's close and how wide it comes in. And then it goes back across. Oh, and that sucks as well. Look at that. I'm looking at the edge now. I sometimes question myself, but that thinning is true, because that now is not a double edge. That's the reading. This, had this not been this, like that, you wouldn't see that reading. You know what I mean by reading? You should do by now. That, all these lines are the reads. But look at, let's have a look at this. No, it goes way off. I was just saying, looking at that, at least it does try to stay. And that goes off, but at least it does try to stay on the inner coin. It's not bad. It's not bad as half the ones I've been showing you. But look how far that comes in. That really is quite astonishing. Because it should be like that. And some of those coins I've been showing you, it doesn't look like that at all. It looks more like a set of teeth. There's a much finer gap. And these are all joined up. They just look very odd. But I wouldn't call it a fake, because how can you? Sort of more like this. See, they're like teeth rather than beads. So now let's go to the... Right, that's on. Standing, so standing should be here. We'll put a bit more light on the scene. Well, I might as well start with the cross then. Let's get this. Okay, let's be a bit more determined. Nope, I don't know what that is in there. Looks blue, so it looks like ink. And to be honest, yeah, that's definitely dirt because it shows blue. I don't know why it's showing blue. Let's see if I can just sort of magnify it out. No, you can't magnify that out. I have no idea what that. With the eyeglass, I can actually see the cross a lot better. Oh no. Well, anyway, you can clearly see on this one that it's really off center. It's off center and it's up towards the upper coin. The T again is not looking at the best of T's, but it is there, and that's what I was saying about that previous coin that I've taken out that we just did. All this is much better, even though it looks crude. It's that D there. Look, you can make it out. So I definitely think that previous coin was iffy, and the G there does curl back. The on looks fine. That T, whereas the one before was cut in half. The bottom stension was not there. Poor R. That's a poor R. Yeah. And that's a poor S. But without having a picture again, an official picture, how would you tell? And it stands up all of its own. So look at this Giants. Yeah, that G's even, although it looks curving back there, that could be because there's not enough. See, it looks like it's curving back because where is it? There's a dot, and this sort of doesn't join because it's fallen on the reed. If that wasn't on the reed, that probably would look right. Actually, although this is good in the strike, that T doesn't look right, does it? Come on, come back here. There you go. That T doesn't look right. Nothing really to show that's any different, whether that's a fake or not. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I will do it on this. Oh, blimey, come on. Oh, blimey. That's better. I'm just going to get a little bit of alcohol to see if that is dirt. Right, go back down there. Where is this cross? Right, so it's. Let me get my fingers out of the way so you can clearly see what I'm doing. Yeah, that's so now you're right in, what that's doing is taking it right into the cross. Yeah, that I don't know how blue got onto there. I don't know, maybe someone was. But that is definitely dirt. Um, oh, there you go. Look at that. It's got rid of it. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, this. Let's put that over there. That there looks a bit off, but it's still a perfect cross. I think that's just where it's fallen onto the inner reed is why it's not got that spear point. So that's what I would probably construed as poor strike, without a doubt. Because all the lettering is basically the same. Oh, look at that S. Now, isn't that amazing? No, it's a G. I was going to say, but even still, it's a poor G. I thought that was an S and everything was missing in between. But it's not. My bad. I can't remember now what was bad about this. Anyway, no, that I wouldn't be putting that on eBay. There's no real difference. So that can go in my little bag to spend. So we're coming now to another coin. Oh, that's deep. Now look, there's a blue, more blue. I wonder where this blue's coming from. That's strange to have two coins exhibiting. Really weird. Really odd. And this is not coming out this time. I think I could rub this all day and it would stay the same. But really, how odd. And I'll tell you, I will show you something. This is a really strong magnet. Really strong. It's not my little baby magnet. So that's not magnetic. Right. Hey ho. £2. Nice thick border there. Edge. And you should be able to see that this goes into a thinner edge like it's doing now. And then it should start now going bold, wide. So that's that. There's no double edge, as I call it. £2 with the drumsticks as they should be, with the inner beading all over the place. The screws are there. BR's there. So this, as far as I'm concerned, is what you consider a normal strike, which is off the norm. And there again is this deforming, as if it's not got the little ball like these. That's gone off. It's a pity these aren't real planchets, because you know them when you see them. Right, the inner coin. As we get normal, everything is normal that we've seen. There's no, let me try and take the light off. No, there's no nipple on there. I'll keep it there though, because to see this. Typical, this is the typical what you can see. It's very hard. It's the 4 scrolls. If you was to look at that normally, you wouldn't be able to tell that. I'm going to now slightly lift that up. Stay. Yeah, you can better see that like that. Let's try and just take a sliver of light out of that. not going to make any difference. There, oh, there you go. There. There's your 4 scrolls. But again, if someone was showing you that, you would say, no, it's not there. So, now back to the Queen's Head and a bit of light. Can't see anything wrong with the edge. Very wide, now going very thin. Same old, same old. Crude lettering. Beading on the inner coin. Just going to go back over. And now do you see what I mean? Now do you see? When it's like that, they don't look round. They look sort of offset. But look at that. Now they are round. Something that is... Look! Oh, this is unreal, isn't it? Look how they come away from the edge. And just to say that, while I'm looking, this I'm going to put on eBay. Look how close that lettering is there to how wide that is there. This is definitely going on eBay. Oh yeah, look. This all, I'm sure, is why there is this widening and thinning of the edge. It's because you've got all this going on. But this is a perfect example, because now you see, because it's only half a bead, they look, if you like there, look, so there's no bead to distract your eye there, but look at that, how crude that is. They don't look round at all, do they? Oh, is that a bit of doubling I see on the Queen's Head? No. It's a simple answer to that. IRB, then that's an IRB worth having. That's a proper IRB. Oh, excuse me, sorry. That's my tummy gurgling, not having anything to eat. A perfect example, that is. Actually, I can't remember ever seeing that on any of the other coins. I've never seen it that distinct. With the shifting, I say shifting because if that is so close to the inner coin, this should be further away. Oh, and it does. Oh, it does. As we go round, so does the lettering go further away from the edge. And there it's going back again. And that's it. That's going back to, well, that is normal. No, so only it's harder to tell on the outside of that, the top of the lettering. It's harder to see. Probably because the coin's dirty. Because as that looks like it's rising there, because the beading is going that way, so that should look closer to these beads, but I thought it does, but it doesn't. So that may be, oh no, it's definitely, I was going to say that may be an illusion, but it's not. Look at that D and how close it gets to the edge. That would be amazing if you was to see the lettering come onto the silver coin. Really would. But that is a perfect, and that's definitely gone on eBay, that's for sure. I can't remember whether we did the... No, we haven't done the outside on this one. The edge, the wording. I don't think. Oh no, it's not the light, is it? It's the... You think I'd know this by now. What is all this blue? Is there an H? Lovely G. And on this D. Let's get this. I wonder what this is. Cool, I've seen some things. We've got the Bright T, which is on eBay, and it didn't sell. I have no idea what that is. No idea. Let's see if it'll clean this G up. No, it makes no difference to the G. To the G. I have no idea what is happening there. What is this exhibiting a blue? Now I can't remember. This was the coin I was going to keep, wasn't it? Sell on eBay. Look at that. And the E and the R. Okay, let's take it to the other side that hasn't got anything on it. Nope. And the cross is... Oh dear, oh dear. Ah, so that is a poor cross. But where was that there? Let me just do this with the D in a different direction, running along with the bead. The reed. It doesn't make any difference. No. I don't know what that is then. But okay, let's just take this out of focus. Back in. No. That is a poor cross. Yeah, I'll take that out. Put that there. While we're here, on the last of the coin. Right, smack bang in the middle. Standing. All okay. On the no blue bits. That's what Shoulders of giants and oh, this is a common error. Actually, let me see. There's the line. Oh, it's very hard to see. There you go. Now this does appear on a lot of coins. That line. That's a striking issue. Trust me to pick 4 coins. I've got 3 of them that I'm gonna spend. No, put on eBay. Oh, that's a terrible knot there. Look, go straight across the coin. There. Look. It's amazing that none of that wording is altered. Right, so that's 3 of those. Oh no, because I haven't done all this with this yet, have we? Because I'm doing it backwards. Let's see your scrolls there. Just to take a bit of light. Yes. Ooh, hang on. I've just got to shift myself from my seat. I thought I saw the joining of the 8 to make the 8. Oh, that's typically bad. Oh, look. Look. Oh, let's get the light up a bit. Well, those crosses look, crosses, the screws, to get those nipples to come into effect with these 2, you've got to take the light really down, and then you can't see the screws, and then you do that, and oh yeah, look, there you go. Look, there's a better sign. Well, I say better, it's not really. It's just as bad, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty awful, but you can see something. But you have to take the light right off. But anyway, bringing the light back on. Poor nipple. You can see him there in actual fact. Oh, that BR. Look at the BR. Now that does look dirty. But maybe not. but maybe not. Let's just go around with those. That's another one that looks like it's going to go back on eBay. I really don't think you'll be interested in buying these, to be honest, because there's nothing substantially enough. See, now look, it's about that. Well, they just look like chunks rather than beads, and it's not until they come no, that's really all crude. Screws. Oh, that is so close to being a plancher. It's really so close. That BR, I really can't establish whether that's... I think that is just pure dirt. See that nipple, and if that one is supposed to have a nipple, is not really showing. Even if I take the light right off. Right, let's flip over to the Queen's Head, as there's not much help there. The IRB is okay, more reasonable what we've just been looking at. I'm just looking at that outrage to see if it thins and widens. Too much eggnog, to be honest. Yes, I would say that is widening and thinning. That's thin and that's wide. Oh, look at the state of this. But as I've said, regarding that nipple on the biggest there, that is supposed to have a nipple. And nearly all the coins that I've done beforehand, oh no, it is near all of them. Yeah, it is all of them. Have not had that nipple. So that's a terrible state of things, isn't it? Oh, look. I've just seen this out. Why didn't I see this before? Look at that. And it goes wide off there and then thin here. Actually, that's touching the beading, because that line you can see there is the beading, where it's coming from inner to outer. Look at that, it's really quite near. Whereas here, the beading is fully inside, and that is away. just going to do this again. Yeah, the drumstick's in pretty poor condition. Will I try selling it on eBay for the little that there is? So I've got to go back to this because I've forgotten what I was doing. Yeah, poor cross. Okie dokie, that's that done, guys. Thanks for looking if you've seen it. If you haven't, because you got bored with all these videos, I'm sorry. Bye.